So, for example, nature only uses 5 polymers to do astonishing things, but mankind uses 350 polymers to make plastics that end unbiodegradable in a landfill. Biomimicry has a toehold in New Zealand through synthetic chlorophyll. This is Wayne Campbell from Massey University and his colleagues have developed the start of green solar cells. They can already run a fan, an electric fan, off a 10 centimetre square of this stuff. It's very low energy to make as synthetic chlorophyll. It's far more versatile. It generates power in diffuse cloudy light. And it has the potential to be an abundant, natural, boundless source of energy. So, for example, you could paint this synthetic chlorophyll across windows or roofing materials to generate electricity. And already some New Zealand building material companies are working with the team to understand how to commercialize this. Some provocations. Do we believe that the upside is so great or our downside is so dire? How can we build the grassroots support for this so business and government will act? What new business models will we need to take us out to the world and bring the world to us? What technologies and policies can we pioneer here in New Zealand and adapt from elsewhere? And lastly, what is our distinctive contribution to the world in terms of culture and science and technology? What is the essence of our ingenuity? World IP Day this year was Shakespeare's birthday, April 26th. And the theme for World IP Day this year was green innovation. And I spoke on that day, and I quoted from Hamlet. And he said, "What a piece of work is man, how noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, in understanding, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals." But Hamlet is deeply depressed. Things have not been going well in Elsinore. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are spying on him. He's paranoid. He's driving his lover to suicide. He's about to commit a murder. So he goes on to say, because he's so depressed about how things are looking in Elsinore, "And yet to me, what is this quintessence, this fifth essence of dust? Man delights not me, nor women neither." Gosh, he was in bad shape. If we lose our faith in humankind, we're doomed. But if we believe our ingenuity is infinite, we can start a revolution, and we need to. Our previous revolution of economic reforms was brought about by a sudden collapse of finances, which are very easy to fix. You just scrap a lot of stuff and throw lots of new money at it. That made our economy a lot more efficient, but it didn't fundamentally change what we did. We just were astonishingly more efficient. And we've absolutely hit that wall of that revolution in terms of the income it earns us, the impact on the environment, and our disengagement with the world. We now have a smaller proportion of world trade than we did 15 years ago, a smaller proportion of world investment than we did 15 years ago. We are the only OECD country to now be relatively less engaged with the world than we were 15 years ago. So what might our next revolution be? It would have to be around sustainability, because it's easy to fix up a collapsed financial system, but if the ecosystem collapses, there's no reserve bank that can bail you out. I think the awareness is building. The theory of what we need to do is very unclear, and astonishingly new ideas, but that to me is the most exciting thing about it all, about that infinite ingenuity. And indeed, the practice is even less clear. But the outcomes would be radical changes in the way we do everything. We would still be earning our living from our natural environment. We are, of all OECD countries, the most dependent on our natural environment for how we earn a living. But we could do that. We would still be farmers. We would still be tourist hosts. But through this, we would become far more sustainable and wealthier in all aspects and more engaged with the world. Quite simply, our next revolution will be harder, deeper, longer than the previous one. But don't worry, if we phase it all right, it won't be quite so traumatic. but ultimately it will be more beneficial and more rewarding as we reinvent paradise. Thank you.